Comic friends, welcome to yet another Wednesday, meaning it is time for another TGIW. Thank God it is Wednesday. This was quite a week, so a lot to cover. My last Wednesday, I was out camping, so I didn't go over a whole lot. And I'm not going to go over a whole lot of what was kind of missed in that episode, because otherwise it'd just be too much. Suffice it to say, over the last 2 weeks, how well you can see this was my reading stack. This is the stuff that I got read. So that's 2 weeks worth of new comics and other random stuff that I was reading. Darkhawk and What Ifs and other little minis that I threw in there along the way. So this was the last 2 weeks of stuff. Pretty beefy. There are some general highlights. There were some good number ones last week that I really, really enjoyed. Let me see if I can find where those start. And if you haven't read them, I highly suggest jumping onto them now. The Devil's Red Bride. This was so good. A nice little samurai story where it's sort of a Joan of Arc story, right? Where it's a lady who has all the skills to pay those samurai bills, but she's a lady, so she can't be a samurai. So she does it on the DL. It was really, really good. Let's see. This was okay. These are okay. So some from previous weeks that I just missed out on. Getting It Together. This was a really honest sort of relationship story that it starts with some guy that's going through a breakup and some of the things that he talks about and thinks about. And I've been there, buddy. I've been there. It was just really, really good. Department of Truth. Man, this is... I understand this is a few weeks old, but I just finally got around to it. Really, really good. Highly suggest that. What was the other big one that... Oh, I don't have it in the stack because I have it somewhere. I have it... Here we go. I think I have it here. Yes. Actually, I have... yes. We Live. If you did not get this book last week, hopefully your LCS still has some. Pick it up. Maybe pick up a couple of copies if you're in the speculator market, because this was really, really good. It definitely has that sort of Saga feel to it, and we all know how well Saga did. So this is, at the very least, pick this up to read it because it's great. I don't know about other random superhero books that I read. There's too much. It's been too long. The What Ifs. I love What Ifs like this. What if Spider-Man's clone had lived? When there's a what if for it, and then it turns out Spider-Man's clone did live. It does not turn out the same way that this does. He lives in a different way, but it was kind of fun to see that. Also, the what if Wolverine had killed the Hulk. It's very much a Wolverine story, not very much a Hulk story, for obvious reasons. But it was really good. Anyway, a lot of good stuff. All right, so this week is huge. It's huge. This is my this week. Crazy. So what do we got? So much. So Venom 29, I believe this is going to have the origin of Codex. Now that he was revealed, that his identity was revealed, I think this is going to be the origin of it. So I'm excited for that. Amazing Spider-Man 50.LR. This last remains. I think we have these LR issues for the next 5 issues. There's a 51.LR, 52.LR, and so on. I'm not real sure what the deal with that is. I'm not a big fan of these sub numbers. Just make them regular numbers. If the story's that good and that important, is it just be in the normal book, or make it a mini? Don't integrate it into this numbering system. It's a pain in the butt as far as organization goes. Daredevil continues to be fantastic. Spidey showing up, I'm going to be all about that. Harley Quinn. This is the White Knight presents Harley Quinn. So in the White Knight universe, Sean Murphy's White Knight universe, it's a Harley Quinn story. I'm not a huge Harley Quinn fan, but I really like this White Knight universe. So, gonna read through that. Dune, House Atreides. This probably hasn't come up any point, but I'm a huge Dune fan. Dune is probably my favorite book series. At least it's up there. It's so good. The new movie looks great. I love the David Lynch movie, even though it has its issues. Doesn't stick to the material very well. But I loved it. It was my introduction to Dune, so it's always going to hold a place in my heart. So this Dune House Atreides, this is by Brian Herbert, who is Frank Herbert, the original author of Dune, his son. He has written a number of Dune books over the years. One of them was House Atreides, which gives sort of the origin of House Atreides. I don't know if this is an adaptation of that book or this is something else. I'm not sure, but I picked it up. Maestro 3. I like... What's up? You having a hard time? Someone's having a hard time getting comfy. I love Maestro. I love the character Maestro. I really enjoyed the first issue. The second issue... Okay, there you go. So one of the really cool things about the original Future Imperfect in the Maestro was his trophy room. It has like Wolverine's skeleton, Thor's hammer, Cap's shield, where it was sort of implied that Maestro had taken out all these characters and kept these relics as trophies. Turns out that's not the case. Those characters died during the nuclear explosion that took out the majority of the Earth. It wasn't the Maestro that had killed them and gathered those trophies. That's my least favorite thing about the Maestro series. But other than that, it's good. Aquaman, I'm hoping this has more Aquaman in it than the last sort of story arc had. It was very heavy on Black Manta's son. I can't remember his name. It was good, but I like a little more Aquaman in my Aquaman book. Batman 101. So we have, I guess, some epilogue stuff from Joker War, I'm guessing there. Werewolf by Night #1. Excited for this. Perfect, October Halloween book to jump into. This is a mini-series, a 4-issue limited series. Scumbag #1. So trying this out. It's Rick Remender. I love Rick Remender. So I thought I don't know what it's about. I just kind of picked it up based upon it being Remender. So we'll see how it is. TMNT #110. Still one of the best books on the shelf. Spider-Woman #5. Legacy 100. It's been okay. I like Spider-Woman. It's been an okay read. Marvel's X. This has been great. Somebody's all get okay. I'll try to wrap it up, Wendigo. You're whining. I get it, but there's just so much here. It's hard. Juggernaut 2. Iron Man 2. I kind of gave my thoughts on the new Iron Man run with #1. So we'll see how it continues to go. It's not in the direction that I thought it was going to be, but that doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Guardians of the Galaxy #7. So some Empire Aftermath. Fair enough. Fantastic Four #25. Conan the Barbarian #15. This I hate how much I really enjoyed that book because it makes me want to go back and read old Conan, which is a problem because there's so much of it. That might be a problem. And then some other older stuff that I picked up off the shelf. Atlantis Attacks 1, 2, and 3. This flew under my radar. I didn't really realize it was a thing. It looks like it's more of a Champions book, but it's Atlantis, and I love Namor, so I had to pick it up once I realized it was a thing that was out there. All right, that's it. That's a lot for new books to read, but that's not all. I did another dumb thing. I did another dumb thing. Oh boy. I bought these back issues. What are these back issues? I've been really liking, like the Maestro thing, and Immortal Hulk has been so good. I'm just kind of on this Hulk kick. So I decided that I wanted to get the Peter David run of the Hulk, which I have very little of. I have some of the key issues that are in there, but as far as the run itself, I don't really have anything. So I decided to go for it. So rated the back issues of one of my LCSs and said, get me everything that is Peter David Hulk. I'm going back a little bit further than that. I'm going back to... So Peter David's Hulk is 331 through 467. I'm going back to 324 because that's when the Gray Hulk pops up again. So I figured I'd go back to that and read through and collect and read through. So this is, again, it's the majority of it. I think I'm missing 30 some issues. Only the expensive issues in there are the 449, the first Thunderbolts, and the 340, which is the McFarlane's first. Okay, Pop. Okay, just give me a second. McFarlane's first work on Wolverine, that iconic cover of Wolverine, and you see Hulk's reflection in the claws, are the two major issues. But all the McFarlane ones in there are more than a normal back issue would be. I don't have the 340, so it's 340, is it? I think it's 340. I don't have that one, so I will need to get that. That will be a bit pricey, but everything else in there is pretty reasonable. I think I'm missing 30 some issues from the entire run, between the key issues I already had, because it's like the first Professor Hulk and stuff like that in there. But I'm about 30 issues short after hitting just one of my LCSs, and I'll hit some of the others here in the next few days to see what else I can cobble together. So I grabbed all that. Probably a bad idea. Hey, can you just not for a little bit? Just for a little bit? Okay? So yeah, it was a big Wednesday. Just with the new stuff and then the dumb decision that I made. Why not? I still haven't finished my Submariner run. I still haven't finished my Sleepwalker run. I haven't finished my Blue Devil run. Might as well pick up the Peter David's Incredible Hulk, add that to the plate. I don't know. It's just stupid. But it'll be a good read once I eventually get to it. But this is my problem, right? I'm doing really well at knocking out like my the stuff I need to read, my to read pile of back issues and runs and collections that I've been getting. I make really good headway, and then I go do like this. Like I'm behind again. I'm instantly behind. Dumb. It's dumb. It's okay. I'll be fine. Once it's all collected, once I have every single comic book and then they're all read, I'll be okay. Whenever that happens. Anyway, whatever. Let me know what you got. Let me know, the last couple weeks of what you got and what I might have missed and what I should be reading but am not. And leave a comment and like and subscribe and all that stuff. And, of course, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.